What's up, fellow YouTubers, subscribers, and viewers? Welcome back to my channel, Out of Context. I am your host, GD. I've been thinking about my situation, and I may have come to the conclusion that I've been troubled. Now, I know I have mentioned my desire to be euthanized in the past, but this isn't what troubles me. There are a lot of things I want to talk about, but even now, I find it difficult to do so. Sure, I have some self-security apprehension when talking about certain polarizing subjects, but that's not really the issue. I have come to terms with such apprehensions, and I have concluded that if I have truly fallen so far into disparage for living, I should be able to deliver my opinion and thought on subjects that a sane or reasonably minded person would refuse to speak on for danger to themselves. So no, apprehensions aren't the issue. I think the issue, in a manner of speaking, is workflow. When I meditate, I pace back and forth in a limited corridor of space, attempting to translate my thoughts into words inside my own head. Sometimes I do this while listening to music, and sometimes I do it without. However, I feel that repetitious actions and repetitious playback help to corridor my thought process. Hopefully, the end result is a construct of thought akin to a theory that I can put into practice or utilize in my next process of thought. But it isn't that simple. Some thoughts are too abstract to communicate in a timely manner. I will still try, but the timely issue is that commonly my knowledge of the English language doesn't provide terms I can use to effectively transcribe my thoughts. I believe this is because entry-level English communication doesn't lend priority to the emotional, psychological aspect of human comprehension. Sadness, anger, fright, they aren't enough to logistically comprehend the depth and complexity that I have come to believe that humans psychologically and emotionally feel. I've attempted to translate these complexities on my own, but it's slow work. I've tried acquiring help from other people and knowledge from other sources, but the same sort of problems occur. People don't understand the depth and complexity I am trying to translate. And the sources of information I study don't have the depth and complexity I desire. And because people and information often don't have the depth and complexity I crave in my knowledge, I lose the desire to study most, if not all, subjects that conform to this lack of entry-level, comprehensive depth and complexity. As a result, the only knowledge I retain is my own. But what does that have to do with workflow? Well, if I have to create my own terms from scratch or repurpose existing English terms for the purpose of creating the existence of a desirable translation, that slows down the translation process. And if I fail to retain my thoughts while I'm attempting to translate, the information is lost until I manage to reacquire or reassess my thoughts. And immediate reacquisition or reassessment of thoughts would disrupt the current flow of thoughts, causing even further damage to the workflow. But this is just my meditation, my self-assessment of thoughts translated into words, which is only a small part of the workflow. Remember that all this is being done in my head and is not being recorded. Recording the information is much more difficult. Even with a lack of translatable terms, thought to word translation is very fast, and in most cases I can keep pace with it. But if I have to type, write, or audio record the information, I can lose tempo with my thoughts. Typing and writing words is slower than thinking them, at least for me, meaning that I have to contend with another layer of translation, physical transcription. This pulls from my mental resources, which may already be strained, attempting to translate deep and complex thought into comprehensible language. Vocal recordings are problematic too, since they can not match the tempo of my thoughts, even if my vocal communication is faster than my textual communication via writing or typing. Additionally, the vibrations of my voice in my head can be disruptive or distracting while I attempt to translate my thoughts into words and then into vocals. My ability to translate, record my thoughts, and give tangible structure to my comprehension is a linchpin function for my usefulness as an individual human being. From a psychological, emotional perspective, it keeps me healthy, desiring life. It's possible people have noticed a lack of activity on my YouTube channel now and in the past. Honestly, I think this is because I struggle with workflow. Whether I am physiologically incapable of managing my own workflow properly, or I am lacking the understanding and knowledge to maintain a consistent workflow, I am troubled, and it has affected how people perceive me and what people believe I am capable of. I don't yet know what the solution is, but I have managed to bring my own attention to the matter, and maybe for now, that is enough. I will do my best to talk more about this and keep my channel updated. Forever for me, March. This is GD, signing off. Until next time.